Nuts, particularly walnuts, are among the most promising natural foods for maintaining cognitive health and supporting longevity of the brain. Long dismissed as calorie-dense snacks or garnishes, they're now increasingly recognized for their powerful combination of healthy fats, antioxidants, and anti-inflammatory compounds. Of all the nuts, walnuts stand out due to their unusually high content of alpha-linolenic acid, ELA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid with documented neuroprotective effects. For older adults especially, integrating walnuts into the diet may not just be helpful, it could be vital. Brain aging is driven in large part by chronic inflammation, oxidative stress, and the gradual breakdown of communication between neurons. Walnuts, as part of a regular diet, appear to combat all three. Their omega-3s help stabilize cell membranes and reduce inflammation in brain tissue. Polyphenol and vitamin E protect neurons from oxidative damage. And perhaps most importantly, walnuts may improve neurovascular function, helping ensure the brain continues to receive the oxygen and nutrients it needs for optimal performance. Multiple observational studies support the role of nut consumption in preserving mental function. In large population analyses, higher nut intake, especially walnuts, has been associated with better memory, faster processing speeds, and a reduced risk of mild cognitive impairment. Some clinical trials have even shown that daily walnut consumption can improve working memory in older adults after just 6 to 12 months, especially in those with pre-existing risk factors like obesity or poor cardiovascular health. And this matters deeply. As the population ages and the rates of dementia continue to rise, even modest delays in cognitive decline could translate into millions of people maintaining independence for years longer. Walnuts may not reverse disease, but they may slow its progress, quietly, consistently, and without the risks that come with pharmaceuticals. However, this isn't a license to eat mixed nuts indiscriminately. Not all nuts offer the same profile of brain benefits. Walnuts are uniquely high in ELA, while others, such as cashews and macadamias, contain more omega-6 and less protective polyphenol. The type and quality of nuts consumed matters. Raw or dry roasted, unsalted walnuts are best. Heavily salted or sugar-coated versions negate many of the benefits and introduce other health risks, particularly for those managing blood pressure or blood sugar. There's also a critical warning about portion control. Nuts are calorie-dense, and mindless snacking, even on the healthiest kind, can lead to unwanted weight gain, which itself becomes a risk factor for cognitive decline through mechanisms like insulin resistance and vascular dysfunction. About a small handful, 1 ounce or / 28 grams, per day is enough to yield benefits without tipping into excess. It's important to note that walnuts work best as part of a whole diet approach to brain health. They don't erase the harm caused by a highly processed, sugar-heavy diet or by a sedentary lifestyle. Nor can they override the damage of chronic sleep deprivation, uncontrolled hypertension, or long-term stress. But within a thoughtful, balanced routine, they can act as a kind of cognitive insurance, subtle but powerful protection, helping to preserve mental clarity as the years go by. And the benefits may not be limited to memory. There's growing evidence that walnuts may also influence mood, anxiety, and even resilience to stress, likely through their impact on inflammation and brain signaling pathways. For older adults dealing with the psychological toll of aging, loneliness, or health struggles, this is not a small point. Mental health and cognitive health are deeply intertwined. In the broader picture, walnuts represent one of the simplest, most accessible daily habits to support long-term brain health. They don't require preparation, refrigeration, or exotic sourcing. They're shelf-stable, portable, and already widely available. For a population desperately in need of easy, affordable tools to fight cognitive decline, walnuts are among the rare options that meet the moment. The evidence may not be flashy, but it is persuasive. 1 handful of walnuts a day could help preserve years of sharper thinking, better recall, and greater independence. That is no small gift, and not one that should be overlooked.